What are we, 212?
Yeah.
All right, we're ready?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, sorry. I was actually thinking about getting a walk up and go back and get me another drink. But welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heat. I'm not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook. I studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in Google food. I love to cook. Only thing I love more than cooking is my wife. This is Safe to Show You Steak, aka the Warden. Together we host what I like to call the Friday Night Feast. And this happens every Friday night, 6:30 Central. Cook up an entree, maybe a little snacks. I'll show you all how we do it. We spend the rest of the evening just chewing the fat with all of our friends in the Hungry Horde.
That's you.
But today's video, or live stream, I guess, actually, is my update for week 212 with my MS journey. Do not recommend. If you can avoid it, do it, please.
Well, but actually talk about you live with MS, multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, so it's not fun. I've been having some little issues because actually the full name of what I have is called relapsing MS, which I found out recently. I'm very fortunate. There's another form too. I can't remember what it's called. Progressive. And basically progressive means it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And my direct supervisor also has MS. We visit about it all the time. And he says he has a family member that has a progressive, and they're just slowly deteriorating. And he says, well, like with his eyes, or the two of us are relapsing is at least a little more manageable, and we can make navigate a little easier through life with it. But relapsing because it suddenly spikes its head again and starts to give me little flare ups, and then like here recently, I've had to start using a cane again because I'll just be walking and my leg just gives out on me. Or one big issue I ran into recently too, standing for prolonged periods really bothers me. Like we went to the grocery store together and just there was a long line. It just bothered me. I had to just bail and go sit in the car. Because if I just push the cart around the store, I don't know, even if I'm there for like 2 hours, it didn't really bother me.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I stop, that's when it flares.
Just standing.
Yeah.
Just non-movement standing.
Basically. There's a H-E-B not too far from here. She said it's my favorite. Main reason I like going there, well, I know my way around. And two, up near the front, right past the cashiers, they have a bank in-house. They're in the facility, and they have 3 seats right there. So I can always go sit there and hang out.
Yeah, that's usually what he'll do, like if we're grocery shopping together.
Uh-huh. Or a lot of times, too, like, she'll give me a list when I go by myself. So I'll take a picture of the receipt and send it to her. But while I'm waiting for her to reply and look at everything, that's where I go and sit down and everything. Oh.
Well, how has this last week been? Because last week you talked about the physical therapy.
Right.
So what have you been doing this week?
They sent me a text message and an email with a list of different exercises. So I've been doing those, and I've just been doing my DDPY. And then...
Well, kind of explain what are the exercises.
It's kind of weird. There's one where I'm standing on the wall doing different little stretches and stuff. And I follow the link in the email, and it gives me a little video, and it tracks me doing it. So one of them is sitting down. Another one, I put a little ball between my legs and squeeze them. And then it's sort of like I did in DDPY, where I elevate off my back with my legs, and I use my arms too. I'm not really supposed to, but I don't remember exactly what it's labeled as now. You got me on the spot. But yeah, this was like this.
Is it the stand and sits?
That too. But there's one in the bed, or I'm supposed to be not necessarily in the bed, but laying down with the ball between my legs. I squeeze that and then raise up.
Oh, raise your hips up?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
so
an
hip
actual term,
risers?
but I can't remember what it's called.
Okay. Well, that's pretty good.
And then what else? Oh, a couple weeks ago, I showed y'all where I had to fix the garage door. Well, I noticed a couple of screws. Somehow the screw popped loose. I have always, the longest time, used cordless drill guns. Well, here recently, I don't know why they're not holding the charge anymore. I know they're old because I've had a lot of them longer than I've had Shelly. So, but on a whim the other day, I went ahead and plugged it in. You got one charged because the one I really prefer is my impact driver. It's better than a drill. It actually, like it says, impact. It drives the screw through. So I fixed the door again, and then I noticed. I guess this is kind of an NSV too. I noticed that my pants have been starting to fall down a lot more. I have to tug them up more, so I needed to put another loop in my belt, another hole in my belt loop, so I could tighten it off. So while I've always done it, because I guess I'm kind of redneck that way, I've always used a drill and just drilled a hole in there. So while I had the screw guns out, I went ahead and just did that last night. Was it, what day did I tell you that was?
I guess it was Tuesday.
Yeah, but I ended up falling again in the garage. I don't know how I did it.
Well, were you sitting on your little makeshift bucket seat?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it kind of had your knees at a funny angle.
I guess. But when I went down, but I do it all the time. And that's why I keep it out there in the garage. I don't know where I got it or how I got it, but I have an old bird feed bucket. That's all it was had bird food in it. But I carry it around in my job sites all the time, and I even have they make them. You can order them. It's a lid, but it's a seat also.
It's like a padded lid.
Sorta. It's not even bad. They make a padded one, but this one is just plastic. But it's ergonomically sound and everything. So you just sit on it. It's a seat. It's what it's made for. But I use it in the garage all the time because I'll set it down in front of the fridge and rearrange the fridge and do stuff and stock it and all that. But I sat down on that bucket seat and fixed my belt. And then I went to get up and I fell. So
did you fall on your back, on your knees?
On my knees and my arms.
Luckily,
like the last time I did it, I fell in the parking lot. I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Luckily, this time I was wearing my blue jeans and this flannel. So I don't have any marks on me.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, and then how were you about getting yourself up?
Fine. And the only thing, the problem is I had to roll over a couple of times to get to this position so I could get up. But I did. Obviously, I did. I'm sitting here. I'm not still laying in the garage.
Since Tuesday,
Right.
he's been in the garage. Well, do you feel like the PT exercises are helping you so
Yes.
you can get up more on your own?
Another NSV I've got too, though. We got freezing temperatures coming. So we bought 2 faucet covers for the outdoor water faucets. Spigots. I was able to go out on my own into the yard and put those on. And the backyard's even, well, I guess both of them are crazy, but the one in the backyard I have to get to, I have to step off. So kind of a big step too off the deck and then walk around over to the side of the house to do it. So I put that on, got back and forth fine. I put the one outside in the front yard. But the only thing I don't like about doing that, because the tree, we have a couple of trees right over that area, and the branches hang down a little bit, so I have to walk under them a little bit to push them out of my way.
Yeah, I mean, and I have to.
Yeah.
So can you imagine at his height? They're probably all right there in your face.
But luckily with both of those, I was able to walk across the wall. Hold myself
against the wall.
Yeah.
Well, and
so
then,
a lot of what I do now is basically just adapt and overcome.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And sometimes it's good that you're able to do that.
Right.
Well, what also happened a few times this week?
I don't remember, honestly. It's a frill.
With your cane.
Oh, I think that's a good sign too, though. Because one time you took a picture and sent me. I'm back in my office. I've already gone back to work. And next thing I know, she sends me a picture of my cane sitting in here in the kitchen.
So the opposite ends of the houses.
Yeah.
And he didn't even know.
Yeah.
Like he'd already been back working. And I'm like, I come in here on my break and I'm like, his cane's in here, but he ain't in here. And so I wait and finally I sent it to him and he didn't even know.
Right.
So that's something.
That's good.
I think that's a good sign.
Because honestly, the other day, remember you got worried. I dragged out. I pulled out when I first started having problems. I got a walker and I got a little tray for it so I can move around. I pulled that back out, started using it again, and that really scared you.
Yeah, it did.
Like, you getting that bad? I was like, well, it's just easier. Like, especially like for eating dinner or whatnot, or for moving stuff back and forth. Because a lot of times we don't sit here and eat. We don't sit at the dining table and eat. We sit on my little desk in front of the TV and watch our shows.
The worst thing they tell you not to do. That's what we do.
I'm the epitome of what not to do.
So yeah,
so it was just easier to move stuff back and forth using that. I get it all at once instead of making several trips.
yeah, but you're not using it for like everyday walking.
Right. That's the only time I ever use it. Just moving multiple things at once, just because I'm lazy.
And that's what I said.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I think you probably need the extra steps.
Yeah, I'm fully on that.
So how many days did you do the PT exercises?
All 4 that they get prescribed.
Okay. And
I'm
then
doing it again.
how many days did you do the DDPY physical therapy?
I want to say 5. Pull it up in the wing check. Hit the plus and then pull up there's a chink right there for it. Because I know I need to do it tonight. Oh, it's not auto logged in.
Well, you remember I had to resub to get the discount, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're wanting DDPY,
right.
they are having a big sale right now, and it's a really good one. You get, I think it's like 25% off or 30% off, but basically a year subscription would only be $91. You use the code resolution25.
Because what I love about this is, like I just told her, you can go to the website and that's where all my workouts are posted and linked and everything. You go to my workouts.
Oh, my
program, my bad. But it is also cool too, is if you don't have your computer with you, you can have it, or you can just log in on your phone and do it.
Says you did
3 of them. I missed one.
You missed one of the rehabs, and then you did 2 of the regular chair force, and then you did 1 of the physical therapy.
Right.
All right, so you did 1 of that, plus you did 4 days of the actual physical therapy.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
And then what does it show I need to do tonight for the DDP?
The chair.
Okay, chair force.
You're all on chair force for the whole week. So I don't see any of the DDPY.
Well, we can add something in
PT. Well, that's good.
Yeah. That's what I really like about the he calls it DDPY now, so you can do it on your mobile app.
Yeah. And so do you feel like then that's helping you like on days where you're not doing are you trying to, like, on days you don't, like last week you had 3 days you did DDPY, then are you doing the physical therapy exercises on other days?
I'm doing it the same day, actually.
Oh, the same day?
Yeah, I'm doing them. I just did it 4 times. They said do it 4, so I did it 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I believe that's what they said. Go hit the plus again. But for real, pull up, because I clock everything and go to my my Google Docs, and then the MS Notes. I think it's the very top one up there. The link that they sent me.
Right.
That's the menu. That's MS Notes. Everything they send me, I always put in that little file.
Let's see.
And it shows you, and then it runs through. What was it? How many is there on there?
Completed 5 of 3 this week.
So I did a couple of extra too. But read off to them what it is exactly.
Okay, so you have single leg bridge.
Bridge, that's what it was. I was trying to say.
The hip ad ball squeeze. That's one where you're saying you get on your back and put the ball between your knees. Posture correction.
Because she says I lean forward a little too much. But it's comfortable.
Pelvic tilt against the wall.
Yeah.
So those are the 4 that you did.
Yeah.
That's good.
I couldn't remember what they were called.
Right.
And then it even has a thing where you click off each one you do, and then it'll tell you you report back if you've done them or not.
Yeah, I know through my job, the one that they offer, Hinge Health, you push a button. It looked very similar. You push a button that says start workout, and you go through it, and then it logs it for you.
It's like that other thing people put in their how they got their steps in the day, and it clocks it for you.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So are you feeling like that's benefiting you?
Yes.
Okay. And then what else have you been doing to help benefit your MS?
Not having any cheat meals.
Right.
I did have one problem with it, though. I think it was Monday last week. I totally forgot to take any of my meds.
Oh, that's right.
But other than that, I was fine, though.
Yeah. So, yeah, he did miss his meds one day.
Yeah. But I felt fine.
Mm. All right. Well, if you have any questions, let us know. I did see it didn't show up, but I saw 22Q Cat is here. And she goes, hi, Shelly, Heath, and all. Well, hello to you too, Lynn.
Howdy.
I see Kendra McCabe is here.
Hi.
Hey, Kendra. She goes, hello. How are you? And Visual Keto is here. She
Hey.
goes, howdy. Hey, Sonia. And Rickwin's here.
Hey,
Joe.
Joe.
She said, good afternoon, Horde. Was watching a video with Ben Bigman, who was talking about using keto for MS. Probably nothing that you don't already know, but a plus.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, like 22 Cat said, I love Ben Bigman. Smart guy. I know.
Is he the one with the business card? Where he tells you you're supposed to get when you go out to eat?
No. You're thinking of somebody else.
Okay,
He was the one that on the low carb cruise he was supposed to attend, but something came up and he couldn't. But he did the video.
Yeah.
That we watched. And very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Rickwood said temp is dropping quick in Georgia. It got up and it was 46. It's now down to 35.
Ouch.
So far, ours is supposed to drop starting tomorrow. So today we're still in the 40s. Yeah. So we're happy about that.
Very much so.
My lady laugh a lot. Hey Andy. She goes, hi guys.
Howdy.
I'm actually here near the start. You are. Way to go. And then I see Sharon's here. Hey Sharon, how you feeling? Better. She goes, hi, Azal. What's going on? Terry B. Hey Terry.
I've seen you forever. You're practically a neighbor.
I know. How are you handling with this winter coming up?
Too, though. She lives in an area, y'all. She lives in an area right near where I grew up, went to school, elementary school and stuff.
I know. She said, without a pause, you went from exercises prescribed by the PT to the garage door. Can't wait to see how it fits together. Well, hi all.
The main garage door we have, because we have two, and only one of them has a working opener on it. But the door itself started cracking. So I just went down, and I got what I called an L bracket. It's just a metal piece. So it just hangs up, like, I don't know what I'm trying to describe. Like, here's the door, and the metal piece just hangs on it like this. So I ran screws in it this way and then anchored it. Because, like I said, the door's breaking itself. The metal piece is breaking. I spent maybe, I think, $5 on that bracket versus the whatever $500 they're going to charge us to come replace it. And
who knows?
And it's working. But I had to put several screws across to hold that in place. And then the bracket holds the door in place, but then the armature, the piece, the actual lifter for the garage door opener, is what busted loose. So I just put like 3 or 4 screws on that and put it in place. Yeah. And that's good now.
Nice. Sharon said, just tossing my 2 cents. Mm-hmm. It seems like you're needing to just rebuild your muscles after having a desk job for so long.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And to stay active.
Yes.
Because, when for a while he was kind of
not solitude. I guess it's
sedentary because you were skipping your workouts.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good now. I don't need to do them. And then nope. I basically booby trapped myself.
Rickwood said, I think my dining table is out in the garage. I moved it out there when the guys were in for working on the house. Just haven't moved it back. Oh, gosh.
We'll go sit out there for your eating your dinner and be like a scenic view.
I don't think in this temperature she wants to do that.
A winter wonderland.
Sharon said, leaning forward and being comfortable is due to lack of muscle strength in your back.
Thanks,
my
Doc.
chiro has given me a talking about that several times. Right. I know. I've given him talkings about it too, but it's what do I know?
Your phone's breaking up. What?
Because I'm like, no, your shoulders, you're supposed to put them back and sit up straight, and he's just like, why are you leaning so forward?
Because it feels good.
Oh yeah, Sharon said, set reminder on your phone for your meds.
I know. I do have one. I have one at 8:00 every night when I take my evening pills.
Yeah, and sometimes you still forget because it's like a habit. You do it so much, your brain thinks you've already done it because you've done it so many days before. Because he'll just hit the alarm and be like, ugh.
Or a lot of times what will happen too, we'll be right in the middle of one of our shows and I don't want to pause it. We'll be right in the middle of a good scene or something like that. Because a lot of times I am notorious. You can get kind of upset when for pausing a show to go do whatever. but I always try and find at least a break where they're not talking. I want to do right in the middle of a monologue or something.
Right, that's true.
Like a scene like where they're driving to another city or something silly like that. That's when I'll go ahead and pause it when no one's talking.
Terry said, "You tell them, Sharon."
I don't like the way they're ganging up on me. I love y'all, but cut it out.
And look at you. You're already leaning forward and
That'll
everything.
show you.
Well, if you do get up, I sure could use my water. Oof.
Way over there.
Dwayne to Q Cat said, I set my alarm on my phone for so many things. It's set now to go off every 15 minutes to make sure I get up and move. That's a good idea. If I've been sitting, great reminder. That's a really good one. Well, I think you would. And how have you been doing? Like every hour at your job, at least standing up. Have you been doing that more?
At least every other hour, yeah. Because it's kind of cool with our my company though. We get an hour-long lunch, and we get 2 15-minute breaks. But I got the doctor write me a note. I have an extra 30-minute break for me if need be, because I do have some issues where I have to go to the bathroom a little more often than normal. So it gives me leeway to do that. But then, I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, there's not any set time. The only caveat to it is I can't take those breaks in the first hour or the last hour of my shift. But I can take them any other time I want to. I can even take take them back to back if I want to. Or because I even had one of the trainers when I first started tell me that what she does is she takes an hour and a half lunch but takes a nap the whole time. I just think that was weird. But
right? What's other? Oh, your napkin fell.
Oh.
I felt something on my foot, and I was like, "What is it?"
I'm gonna wash these anyways.
Yeah.
But But I've been noticing I don't take a morning break. I work straight through to lunch. But then after lunch, I end up because I get real tired. It seems like about a half hour after I go back, I get really, really tired. So that's when I go ahead and take another break, and I'll just take a nap.
Yeah. Rickwood said, Shelly, you may get ice and snow with one of the storms coming through. Supposed to have winter in New Orleans of all places. Yeah, they're saying that. I don't know if you saw where Patty posted in the Facebook group, but they're predicting we're going to get 2 to 4 inches of snow.
That's scary to me too.
Sometime between Monday and Tuesday. So yes, that is, especially with it being during the night.
Yeah.
Like I just hope Centerpoint and ERCOT got their ship together.
Right. It just scares me because the last time it did that, it's when we had all the havoc.
I know. Well, this time we do have new insulation.
That's true.
And it really good. Probably the best insulation this house has ever had.
Yeah.
Because I got the blown in insulation and it like top that I could get. And then, we even got the attic tent or cover. And then also I started today because I was keeping the house like 67 as the warmest. Or where the heater would come on, let me just say. So if it got to below 67, the heater would come on. But now I've got it, at least for during the week, I have it set to 73 now because I was like, well, I'd like the house to be at least really warm so that if the power does go out, hopefully it'll stay warm inside the house for quite a while.
And we do have, it's going to be a little fun trying to get it down. It's on the back of shelving unit back there. We do have a bunch of firewood.
Yeah.
If need be. But I just put it up there to get it out of the way. So not actually
well, and I was thinking maybe we should go ahead and bring in, like 9 logs or something just to have it here so we wouldn't have to go out in the garage.
Right, that's true.
But we checked, and yesterday I double checked, and the pipes are wrapped with the heating element, and I made sure the water heater wrap is on there nice and tight, and the spigots are all covered. So fingers crossed, y'all.
Right.
But yeah, that's what they're saying. We're gonna get snow. Has a lot of people with PTSD. They're like, I will enjoy the snow as long as we keep our power on. And that's our main thing is the power, y'all.
The best way to enjoy it is watching pictures and stuff on the internet.
Right. But as long as we have power, I think we'll be okay. That's the main driver here. 22 Cat said, if you get that bad weather, Shelly, it'll probably be back to 80 degrees the next day. I mean,
Right?
it pretty much.
It's like the weather here is bipolar. It really is.
We, looking ahead, it's like once we get past, I think Wednesday, then yeah, we're gonna be back in the 50s and 60s, and we'll be okay. But it's just these 3 days that are gonna be, like we shall see.
Fingers crossed. I don't want to lose power again. I don't want to lose water. I don't want to have to go to another hotel.
No. Sharon said it's called Rewind. Take your meds.
I know.
Rickwood said, why not take your meds when you eat supper? Then you can't forget. Well, so his meds, the meds he's talking about that he has an alarm at night, they're for nighttime sleeping. So one of them is the Mega Red, which is the supplement to help hopefully with this restless legs. And another one, I think,
was my allergy meds. I started taking.
Yeah, your allergy meds at night because it does kind of make him sleepy. So that's his nighttime, which again, those aren't like needed. His one that is concerning if he misses
is the MS.
Is the MS medicine, which he takes in the morning with his breakfast, right?
I usually take it after I finish eating breakfast.
Yeah,
it feels like it hits me better if I eat first. I usually have the little the pill bottle sitting here while I'm eating too. I don't know why I didn't pull it in.
Yeah, so you had the meds.
It makes more sense to leave it in here instead of leaving it on my desk.
I know you had been leaving it in here. So
I do whenever I have to refill it. That's usually the night before because usually we're sitting right here Friday night or Saturday nights when we're doing stuff.
Yeah, but for a while you were leaving it here on this laptop.
That way I make sure I took it.
And then you changed it again.
And that changes what's bothersome.
Sharon said, there you go. Bet Shelly water. Oh, get Shelly water. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. I needed it. I finished my coffee and I was getting thirsty. Visual Keto said it's 1 degree here in Iowa with a feels like of 20 with the wind chill. Went out for cheeseburger omelet with holidays on top. Ooh,
that sounds good.
That sounds good.
See? You're looking for something to do for one of the Friday nights.
Oh, yeah, that's true. This Friday night, I think will be really good. But yeah, and I think, again, I feel like as long as we have power on, then we'll be okay.
Yes.
That's the scariest part.
As long as we have water and power, I'm okay.
Yeah. Sharon said, use that after lunch nap to walk around some. It'll help give you more energy.
Yeah, I've been doing that a little bit. Because I've noticed when I do get up, I'm not getting as tired.
Yeah, because you told me that one day this week. You were like, I noticed that, if I get up and instead of taking a nap, I get up and walk around, I actually have more energy.
Yeah, no, but naps feel so good.
Rickwood said, your omelet sounds good, Visual Keto. We're on the track to get those temperatures here overnight.
See, that's
it's time to hibernate. Yeah.
I kind of feel bad talking about the weather here when everybody else has it so much worse than us.
Yeah, but I think the issue, most of y'all, when you get that bad weather, you're not losing electricity, are you? Or do you lose electricity during all of that?
Yeah, I think they're better accustomed to it year round.
Right.
Or
so, do you get concerned about power outages, or does that not happen where you're at? Is it just
we just in a weird dilemma.
Yeah. Sharon said, if you get snow, it's great insulator on your roof.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that is true, and it should.
That's true.
But it's still, and I think I'm trying to be hopeful, y'all. Because I'm like, well, with all the insulation we've done and kicking the heat up during the day, I think will especially help, especially with, it coming overnight tomorrow night. And the other thing we were going to do is during the night, we were also going to open the cabinet doors here in the kitchen where we've had, pipe issues before and turn our space heater on to go into those cabinets.
The only thing I think is kind of funny though, you're just running around maybe in sweatpants, but a lot of times you're wearing a t-shirt and shorts. Where I'm putting on jeans and shorts just to keep it warm, and then I'm also putting on flannel.
I know.
I'm getting really cold lately.
Interesting. Yeah, it's so interesting.
Or I'll be sitting in here, it'll be cold. I go sit on the couch and I'll get warm. I don't understand.
Well, I think part of it is the stone, because sometimes, like yesterday when I got back from grocery shopping, I had to keep putting the towel on because every time I put my arms, I was like, oh, it's so cold.
And that's what I do too, is I have all these towels around.
And I was getting cold just from touching this, because, you know, when you're on the computer, you have a habit of like doing this, and it's like cold.
This is what, granite, right?
Yeah, this is granite, so it's a little chilly. And
then both of our desk at work are made out of wood, so
yeah. And you know what I noticed this week? Instead of using the space heater, I was just putting my big overstuffed slippers on to keep my feetsies warm, and then I was using that dog blanket I got.
Oh wow!
And I would just wrap it around my back over, and I felt so much warmer that way.
Oh, that other space heater you got in my office, I have it on the floor, pointed at my feet.
Yeah, that's usually where I point mine. Yeah, but I've been wearing those slippers, and I feel my feet are like, okay, we're toasty warm.
But I'm wearing socks and shoes, and they're still getting cold.
Wow.
They're feeling kind of cold right now.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
that is something.
A couple of weeks ago too, one of my perks at works kind of deals, they sent us a blanket and a coffee mug or tea mug and some tea too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And said to help us with the cold. But I have been using that blanket a lot now.
Yeah, we have been. Yeah. We snuggle on the couch. Terry said, 2024, I invested in a whole house generator. That's awesome. So I'm good to go. Brought a few plants into the garage and covered the outside water spigot.
Nice.
Well, good. I am so glad you did the whole house generator.
Yes, we need to. It's just
we want to save up, and eventually get one of those. Now, Terry, with my rosemary plant you gave me, which is just you have the magic touch because it is looking like it's doing really well. So do I need to bring it inside, right? My little rosemary plant, bring it in and then give the food to it, right?
Oh, God.
22Q Cat said, no to power outages in the Parker household, right? Yes.
We've had enough of that. And it was really weird, too, twice this last week. Just weird power outage. Like, it felt like somebody just walked over and turned the light on and turned it back off.
Right. It was like.
Or off, then back on, I mean.
Yeah, it was like, one of them was so fast that I was like, did I just have a brain aneurysm or something? Because it was like, wait, it did go dark, didn't it?
Like a blink, right?
Yeah, it was like, wait, did it actually turn off? And then it's like, oh yeah, the modem's still restarting, so it did.
What's really wild about it too, though, is the last time I did it, I had to put in a time correction sheet because I was out of work for that long, off the clock that long. Anytime that happens, I have to fill out a sheet to tell them why I was off and get an explanation and everything. And it always gets excused. Because, life happens the way they say it.
Yeah.
It was so blip, it didn't even trigger it.
Wow.
My time sheet was like perfect.
Yeah, nobody at my work even noticed.
Right.
In fact, I told my work sister, she's like, okay, Sharon. Because it's a backstory at work. But I was like, okay, it really did blip. And I just had to wait for the modem to reconnect. Mm-hmm. But I wonder sometimes when we get those, if it's not them testing the lines.
Right.
Which would make sense, them doing that a couple times this week because testing because of this coming week coming up.
She still tells that. Because what I love about it too is we're in a Facebook group for the neighborhood. Within 2 minutes that happened, everybody's like, did you lose power? Did you lose power? Did you lose power?
I know. Evelyn's here. Hey, Evelyn. She goes, hello, friends. Watching at chipmunk speed until I catch up. I imagine I sound so funny like that. Right? Lynn did a whole bunch of little chipmunks. Rickwood said, when I lived in Maryland, we lost electricity all the time. In North Carolina, it depends on whether it's ice or snow. Georgia's better, but always prepared. Right. Well, that's good.
Well, ever since they
that is crazy that you lost it all the time in Maryland, though.
Ever since they updated or upgraded the underground wiring, we haven't lost it as often. I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be a real bad rainstorm. We would lose it every time.
Well, I think it's because before, like they said, it was just the electrical lines buried, and now when they had to replace it, they put it in a
conduit.
PVC, conduit, so it's covered, so it's not going to get as impacted every time it rains.
Right.
So hopefully,
that's the perils of living in a house as old as you are.
Patty said, for us, it's a crapshoot if we keep power or not during bad weather.
I hate that.
See, isn't that ridiculous? So ridiculous that it does that. But hi, Patty. Terry B said, yes, bring it in during the freeze and then back outside once above 32. Okay, awesome. I can do that. Thanks, Terry. I go out there and I talk to my rosemary plant too. But remember, if y'all remember, I got the grump tree from Trader Joe's. He just didn't make it, y'all. I'm not good at making plants. Like, I need somebody who's a professional to give me a plant because otherwise I can't make them live. And he sadly passed on. Aww. I even put him out there by my rosemary bush. I was like, encourage him to live. And he just had no will. So rest in peace, grump tree. But rosemary, I know, but my rosemary tree is like, she does really well. Like, she loves the spot she's at, and she's really flourishing, and she smells so good. I just love to go out there and smell her.
Another thing about the heating and all that, though, you had me double check, because we have 3 apparatuses we can cook on if we do lose power. But she made sure that we have our propane tanks full.
Yeah, I was like, make sure those are full.
Because I got the Blackstone. I got one little cooker, like for you can see them a lot of times, like for frying turkeys or boiling crawfish, stuff like one of the single burners.
Yeah,
I have that, and we also have the Big Easy propane cooker.
And the other thing that one of you suggested Friday with our backup cell phone chargers.
Yes.
You have all of those.
We have 2 of them. We'll have one big one that we can both charge off of at the same time, and the other one's a single, and I've charged both of those.
So we got at least our backup batteries charged, and keeping our. Oh, in fact, I need to do that right now on this one.
Well, how much gas do you have in your car?
Almost a full tank.
Because I have just under a half tank, I think. So if need be, we've done it before when we lost power. We have we have 2 travel crock pots, and then we have the Big Easy. I mean the Hot Logic. So if need be, we can use any of those in the cars also, and charge our phones that way too. Yeah, in the car if need be.
If need be, yeah. But I'm just glad that.
But then it means you have to go out in the cold to get to the car, though. So
right. Rickwood said the problem with working at home is power blips. Your power blinks, and then your modem has to reset before you have internet again. I know.
And this last time was really bad. I was right in the middle of a call.
Yeah.
With I was on the call with a customer and it happened, and I have a WordPad open. So I'm keeping all my notes on, and I copy paste from the notes to the file where we save it all. All of it was gone. When I reloaded my computer, it was all gone.
You know what you should probably use instead of Notepad? OneNote. Oh. Because I switched to OneNote now. Uh-huh. It's Microsoft OneNote, but it auto saves. After you can have it like after 5 seconds, whatever's typed in there, it auto saves.
I'd have to check and see if we have it on the computer, if I can even have it or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff, like because it's not my computer. I have to get permission.
Yeah, well, right.
That's what I did, though.
Well, like we use Microsoft Teams and Word and all of that and Excel. So I had the OneNote because that's an Office suite.
Oh, okay.
And so, I saw somebody else uses OneNote. And what I like about it is you can have tabs. So I have like a tab about when I do exception item processing. And then I have a tab for the GL balancing. And then I have a tab for my quick notes. And so you can have different tabs with different colors, so you go between them, and it's really nice. Or like when I do the GL balancing, anytime I have like something unusual, I keep the note there so that if that happens again, I can refer back.
Because I have one master note that I have all my stuff and just copy paste from it.
Yeah.
As needed.
Yeah,
But-
so that's what I have one
Yeah.
of those. But it's
Uh-huh.
all in my OneNote. So I transferred everything from Notepad and created these different tabs.
Okay.
So then I can just switch between.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I like it that way because, it makes it easy. When you're working, you're not having to go find all the different Word documents. You can just go to your OneNote.
Right.
But yeah, that is the problem. But I remember when I used to work at an office and we would lose power on occasion, and it would be the same thing. Like we would lose the call we were on.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it did take 5 minutes for it to come back up. But yeah, and it really, I feel like, though, like you said, I feel like ever since we got the wires replaced, I don't feel like we've had it that often. And a lot of times
it does happen. The whole neighborhood hits it, not just us. Before
Right.
It was just us.
Right. But I think also a lot of times with the blips, it doesn't always knock the modem out.
Right.
It depends if it's like the one I have this week that did it is because the lights, like the whole house actually went completely dark.
The stove
And then
has to be reset.
Yeah, and then came back on.
Uh-huh.
So it was a little bit of a longer, a lot of times where the modem doesn't, is it's truly a blip. Like you don't even have time to process that the electricity went out. Like it's just so quick that it's on and off, like almost like it didn't even happen.
Like I said, it's like it's a light switch.
Yeah, but even faster than
Right.
that. But the one the other day was, it was still fast, but it was slow enough to where it was like, whoa, like I saw the lights went out. I was like, oh, it's really dark. And then the light came back on. I was like, okay, I didn't imagine that, right?
Because I had to actually go in and reset or reboot my computer too. I had to shut down and restart.
Yeah, me too. Sharon said, sorry, Heath, but I'm going to go nap now.
That's just now you're just showing off. That's what I say about Delilah. When she starts snoring, that's what I say. She's just showing off because she's snoring.
Right? Yeah, feel better, Sharon. I'm glad we got to see you. I see Brenda S is here. Hey.
Howdy.
Well, let's see. Are we all caught up? I think so.
Because we also said that we were going to keep this a little short today because we have a couple of projects to work on around the house today.
Yeah,
I have a new recipe video. It's going to take a little bit of doing to get it done.
Sharon's got meds at 5, and she's still living with alarms all day and night. Oh, to remind you to take, different medicines. Oh, yeah, that can be hard. Yeah, well, we've almost got an hour here. So if you have any last questions or suggestions or thoughts or anything you want to share, please
How many
do it
weeks
now.
until the meetup though? Now it's 47
I guess 47 days.
days. That's what it is. Yeah,
Not weeks.
yeah. I'm getting excited.
Yeah, me too, y'all. Really getting excited.
So should we do another video on our road trip tips? Stuff we take with us, like on a regular basis.
Would y'all be interested in that?
Should we do an update on that?
Our road trip tips.
Yeah, and tricks.
Well, I know we'll be filming while we're on the road trip.
Oh, I know that, but I'm talking about like in preparation for it. How we're gonna pack up.
Yeah.
Using it.
Yeah, what do
like
y'all
some
think?
of the stuff we take with us to the hotel and stuff like that.
Right? Yeah. Oh my gosh, we'll need to start packing. Well, I'm off work tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I plan to.
And I'm not. That's just weird. I hate the way it does it. And then I'm off on Tuesday. She's not.
I know.
I wish they could sync it up.
I know. But yeah, I do have plans to like clean up around the house, do deeper cleans and just try to get, everything situated and ready. And then y'all, the lawn guy, we were getting a new lawn person.
The other one just disappeared on us.
Yeah.
I think he heard some of the news and said, I don't want to get off into all that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even brought it up.
But yeah, our lawn person, we haven't seen him.
Heard. I even messaged him several times. He's never replied.
Never replied. So, and I haven't seen him even around the subdivision because I know he did a few other yards.
Yeah, that's how we found him because he was parked doing somebody else's house.
Yeah, but luckily I've been talking to the neighbor more ever since the hurricane. We've been in contact with her, and she was raving before about her lawn guy. So I was like, hey, can I ask about how much you pay? And she was like, yeah, I paid $30. And I was like, okay, then ours will probably be a little bit more because we have a corner lot. And so she gave me, and she goes, yeah, I've been using them for 10 years. I'm really happy with them. And so I was like, okay. So I contacted him. He texted back right away. He was like, yeah, it'll be $40 for your yard every other week. And then he came out.
He's going to do it the same day he does hers, right? Just makes it easy.
Yeah. And then he came out to, because he was like, well, you probably need to get a cleanup done first, which is true because nobody's done our yard since October. So he came out and he gave me a quote to clean up the whole yard, which it really does need it because the last guys, I don't even know why they did this, but they would keep blowing all of the pine needles and leaves into the flower beds.
It was quicker and easier for them to get on to the next
one. Because then they wouldn't have to bag anything up. But I was just like, what? No, don't be putting them in my flower beds. So I'd have to tell them to stop doing that. But I think they would still do it on occasion. So this guy right away, he was like, oh, no, I bring my bags. I bag everything up. And I was like, okay, great. Let's do it.
That's also why he's a little bit more.
Yeah, he's a little bit more. That is true. I was only paid the last guy $25 and this one will be $40.
I don't want to come across wrong or whatever, but I know the last lawn crew was, I call it English second language.
Yeah.
And I know from working with them in construction, those folks, this time of year, a little before Christmas, they actually around Thanksgiving, a little before Christmas, they always go down south.
For family.
Go to family and friends and all that stuff. And so it takes a while to come back sometimes. But he hasn't came back. And he hasn't replied to any of the text messages. And that's the only time we ever...
since October.
Only way we ever talk to him, really, is in person or on text.
Yeah. Patty said yes to the video. Rickwood said, sure, that'll be nice. 22 Cat said she would watch it, of course. Evelyn said, where is your spice shop? Like our personal spices.
You're looking at it.
Right here. I've looked into some commercial kitchens to rent.
Yes.
We're not.
We don't have enough. We call it.
We don't sell enough to justify paying for the kitchen. And doing that. So that might be something. As we. It's something we're looking into. Maybe I don't know. We need more feedback on our spices.
The demand's not there yet.
Right.
For us to do it.
So we will be bringing spices with us for the March meetup. So we will have several of our spices there for purchase because we can sell in person.
Yeah.
When we make it out of our home, that is a cottage rule here in Texas is you can make it out of your home, but you can only sell it in person. But if you want to sell it like online, like to have an online shop or to sell online, or mail online, you have to use a commercial kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's like, $500 for just like 2 hours. Right. I don't know if we would have to
just the two of us.
Right. I'm like, we would have to like be selling $1,500 to $2,000 to justify a minimum to justify that.
I was watching the videos with Keto Savage when they were doing it. They got a commercial kitchen, but the cut on cost, they were slipping in their van.
Right. And they were driving at the very beginning. They were driving to the location. They would rent the commercial kitchen to work overnight because it was cheaper. They would do it overnight and then get ready and travel back the next day. So
it's great. That's dedication.
Yeah, that is. So that's something we're looking into. But Evelyn said, how do I find the spices you sell? I want to order some ahead of time. Oh, sure. I will put...
we need to do that in the page.
Yeah, I'll put it in our Facebook group, and I'll also put it on the community tab for YouTube. I know we've had some before on there.
Speaking of, for the road trip coming up, go to the show notes. The very first thing listed is the sign-up page for if y'all still want to join. I was reminded that we need to promote that a little bit more.
Yes, so it is in the show.
I made sure that I put it in the very top the very top line. So you don't have to actually go hunting for it. As long as you just pull up the show notes for today, it's the first thing you're going to see. And then I'll list my menu for the week.
Yeah.
And then all of our other.
So thanks for the reminder, Evelyn. I'll try to get that posted, by tomorrow.
Yeah.
And get that up on there so everybody kind of knows ahead of time. And that would even help us.
Yeah.
To like we've been trying to figure out how many of each of our spice blends to make.
That's true.
And so that would really help us, kind of be like, okay, so we have already several people who say they want this blend or that blend. And we're thinking of doing maybe even bundles, like if you buy 4, get 5, or I don't know, something like that.
We have the bottles, and then we also have the bags. So if they can tell us which ones they would rather.
Well, the bags are supposed to be refills because they're 8 ounces.
I understand that. But that's what they're wanting to buy, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Rickwood said, this is the advantage to working in Washington. Every 4 years, we got a free holiday off. Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Evelyn said, great, thanks. Well, thank you. I'm excited.
Yes.
So,
have you signed up? Are you going to go to the meetup?
Yeah, she already signed up.
That's fine. I'm making sure. That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
awesome.
Yeah,
we have to finally meet you in person. I don't think we've ever met her in person, have we? Not that I can remember.
I feel like we did at one of the KPLs, right?
I think, but it's been so long ago. I've been so busy. I'm sorry.
Well, his memory is.
Yeah, it's lacking. That's why I have all the alarms on my phone. I even have one. Remember, I'm telling you, we still need air filters for the machine. We have one left.
Oh, air filters for the machine.
For the AC filters.
Yeah.
I only have one left.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get some more.
I know. Well, don't you just pick those up from Home Depot?
We can. We can get them shipped to us too.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our plan, y'all. I hope all of you continue to stay warm.
Yes,
I know it's going to be a wintry week for, I think, almost everyone here. Evelyn said she will be there with her hubby.
Awesome.
And she hasn't ever met us. Okay. I thought. Okay. I'm sorry. Well, that'll be so exciting. I'm so excited to meet everyone. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to taste all the different foods, too.
I love the fact we're still chatting it up with Maitreya and Sharon about what all we're going to do while we're there, too.
She said they had your flat versions for pics. Oh, that's right. Was Shauna brought. Yeah. That's so cute.
Yes.
Maybe that's where I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Where's she at? She's still asleep? Or?
Probably, or busy with her mom just had surgery.
That's true.
Yeah, but that'll be so great.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to it. Well, but again, everybody stay warm this week. Please stay warm. I hope everybody's power stays on.
Me too. I hope
so you can stay
does.
warm, and we'll just continue and check in with us, and everybody be safe. And then. Please. This Friday night, we've got something planned that's going to be delicious. Yes. Another one of my favorites. In fact, we just had it today for lunch. So if you watch the Morning Report this week, then you'll kind of know what it is. Anna Stoner's here.
Hey, how you doing?
She goes, hey, yo, been getting stuff done to prep for the nasty weather. Hopping in shower, but listening to y'all.
Well, don't hop too fast. I don't want you to get hurt.
What did you been doing, Renee, to prepare for it? I guess you've been covering your spigots too, right?
Mm-hmm. I bet.
Oh, well, you have to even drive into work. That's what really sucks. I feel bad
because then she has to go over a bridge too.
Several bridges.
Yeah. That's right there scariest. On the water. I'm worried about
her. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, have a great week, y'all. And any last?
I'm trying to think of it. Everything's going smooth.
Okay. All right, y'all. We will see y'all on the Friday night feast. Have a great evening.